The NBA has a Nikola Jokic and JV problem. The Denver Nuggets just pulled off what could be the most underrated free agent summer moves in recent NBA memory, and somehow nobody's talking about it quite yet. While everyone's obsessing over blockbuster trades, signing Beal or Dame, and while everyone is looking at all the rookie max contracts, Denver has quietly snagged an entirely new squad of legit ballers who are about to unlock Nikola Jokic, the best damn player in the world, to a level we've never seen before. He's never really had a team like this before. But here's what should have every front office executive sweating bullets. This isn't just about basketball. Jonas is currently saying screw it to the entire NBA and wants to take his talents to Greece, and he's not the only one. We're watching the beginning of a potential massive player exodus that could quite possibly flip the league upside down. Adam Silver's new CBA with his two-apron salary cap nonsense has created the perfect storm where elite role players are seriously thinking about ditching the NBA for better money, way lower taxes, and an actually amazing dream lifestyle overseas. And if Valančiūnas ends up staying and forms the most dominant Twin Towers duo we've seen from Europe alongside Jokic, man, it's going to expose just how screwed the rest of the league might be. The defending champion Thunder think they're ready for what's coming, but they have no clue what's about to hit them. Jonas is a brute and brings a grit that Denver hasn't ever had before. And it doesn't stop there. The Denver Nuggets are now stacked with 4 new players who complement Joker's game. The great NBA exodus and why it should scare you. Let's talk about the elephant in the room that nobody wants to admit. Valančiūnas almost told the Denver Nuggets to kick rocks and headed to Greece instead. Think about that for a hot second. A proven NBA center who could be the missing piece for a championship contender was ready to walk away from the league entirely. This isn't just some diva having second thoughts. This is what happens when Adam Silver's new CBA starts screwing over players left and right. The two-apron system has turned into a financial nightmare that's pushing guys toward international alternatives faster than you can say luxury tax. Here's the math that'll blow your mind. Panathinaikos offered Valančiūnas 3 years at €4 million per year after taxes. Meanwhile, his NBA salary gets absolutely destroyed by federal tax, state tax, jock tax, NBA escrow, agent fees, the whole 9 yards. By the time he actually sees his paycheck, that $10.4 million turns into maybe $4.2 to $5 million, if he's lucky. So we're talking about the same money, but one option gets you 300 sunny days a year in Athens, a quick 3-hour flight to see family in Lithuania, and a basketball culture that treats you like royalty. The other option? Freezing your ass off flying to Utah on a Tuesday night in February while getting booed by fans who think you're overpaid. Which would you choose? The lifestyle revolution and why Europe is winning. What's happening goes way beyond just money. It's about not living like a prisoner in your own life. European basketball offers something the NBA can't touch. You can actually be a normal human being. Walk down the street without getting mobbed. Take your kids to dinner without some jackass with a camera phone ruining it. Actually enjoy the cities you play in instead of seeing them through tinted bus windows. Valančiūnas has been traded 4 times in 6 years. 4 times. That's 5 different cities, constantly packing up your life, never knowing where your kids are going to school next year. When Sacramento traded for him, he didn't even bother moving his family there, just sent them back to Lithuania because what's the point? Now picture this instead. 3 guaranteed years in Athens. No trade clauses. No wondering if some GM is going to ship you out because they need cap space. Your kids go to the same school. You buy a house and actually get to live in it. You build real relationships instead of just collecting teammates' phone numbers. This is what the NBA is up against now, and they're getting their asses kicked. The Jokic Factor, finally getting the help he deserves. But let's say Valančiūnas stays in Denver, and they have made it clear that they will hold him to this contract and not buy him out. What we're looking at is one of the most terrifying front-court combinations we have seen in a long time. Look, we've watched Jokic carry this team on his back for years, while guys like LeBron and Curry get all the credit. The man's a 3-time MVP who's never had a legitimate big man to play alongside, and it's been painful to watch. He's been the biggest, strongest guy on the court his entire career, having to bang with centers, fight for every rebound, and take a beating on every possession. Now imagine him next to someone who can handle all the dirty work. Valančiūnas put up 10.4 points and 7.7 rebounds in just 18 minutes per game last season. Shot 55% from the field and 67% at the rim. This dude can walk in and immediately give you elite interior presence without needing a single play called for him. But here's what makes this partnership absolutely beautiful. Their games fit together like puzzle pieces. When Jokic operates from the high post doing his magic, Valančiūnas can camp out down low and punish smaller defenders. When Jokic starts facilitating and finding guys, Valančiūnas becomes the perfect target for easy buckets. When Jokic needs a breather, Valančiūnas can anchor the defense and keep the team from falling apart. This is what championship teams look like, folks. The Twin Towers Revolution. What Denver's about to unleash is Twin Towers 2.0, a modern version of those dominant frontcourt combinations that used to run the league. But this isn't your dad's Twin Towers. This is skill and basketball IQ wrapped up in two massive bodies. Jokic brings the playmaking, the court vision, and the ability to stretch defenses to their breaking point. Valančiūnas brings the physicality, the rebounding, and the "I'm gonna dunk on your face" mentality. Put them together, and you've got matchup problems that'll give opposing coaches nightmares. Think about what some poor assistant coach has to put in the scouting report. Do you double Jokic and let Valančiūnas go to work one-on-one in the post? Do you focus on stopping Valančiūnas and give the best passer in the league free reign to pick you apart? Do you try to go small and watch both of them feast on your undersized lineup? There's no right answer, and that's exactly the point. The complete roster transformation, Denver got serious. But snagging Valančiūnas is just the beginning of what might be the most underrated offseason in recent memory. While everyone was watching the Lakers and Clippers make splashes, Denver quietly put together one of the deepest, most complete rosters in the league. Tim Hardaway Jr. isn't the washed-up veteran people think they're getting. This man shot 63% on open spot-up threes last season. When Jokic's gravity starts pulling defenses apart like a black hole, Hardaway is going to get looks so clean they should be illegal. We're talking about a guy who could easily drop 13 to 15 points off the bench, which is already half of what Denver's entire second unit scored last year. Then, there's the Bruce Brown reunion, and this might be the steal of the century. Remember Game 4 of the 2023 Finals when everything was on the line? Bruce Brown scored 11 points in the final 5 minutes to seal Denver's first championship. When Mike Malone needed someone he could trust with the season on the line, he chose Brown over everyone else. Getting that guy back on a minimum deal after he chased money to Indiana and Toronto? That's championship DNA coming home where it belongs. But here's what separates good front offices from great ones. This isn't just about collecting talent. Josh Kroenke and the new regime understand something that a lot of teams miss. Championship squads need players whose skills complement each other, not compete for the same role. Look how perfectly these pieces fit. When Jokic sits, you've got Valančiūnas holding down the paint and Hardaway providing instant offense. Need defensive versatility? Brown can guard anyone from point guards to power forwards. Need shooting? Hardaway spaces the floor. Need playoff experience when things get tight? Both Brown and Valančiūnas have been there and delivered. This isn't just depth. This is championship-level depth with a purpose. The OKC Nightmare. Good luck with that. Now let's talk about how this completely screws over the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder, because this matchup is about to become their personal hell of a mismatch. OKC won the title with a lineup built around speed, switching, and versatility. Chet Holmgren anchors their defense with his shot blocking and ability to guard multiple positions. Here's the problem. Holmgren weighs about as much as a strong breeze, and he's never faced anything close to what Denver's about to throw at him. When Denver rolls out their Twin Towers lineup with Jokic and Valančiūnas, OKC is going to have to make some impossible choices. Try to match size with size and kiss goodbye to the speed advantage that made them champions? Stick with their small ball approach and watch two giants absolutely demolish them in the paint? If OKC tries to go big, they lose the switching ability that made them special. If they stay small, Valančiūnas is going to feast on whoever they throw at him while Jokic operates with more space than he's ever had. But here's the beautiful part. Denver can adjust on the fly based on whatever OKC tries. Thunder go small, Denver punishes them with size. OKC goes big, Denver spreads them out with Jokic shooting and playmaking, while Valančiūnas works smaller defenders in the post. It's like playing chess against someone who can see 10 moves ahead. The Rebounding Apocalypse. RIP to everyone else. One area where this Denver frontcourt is going to absolutely annihilate teams is on the glass. Jokic averaged 12.4 rebounds per game last season, while Valančiūnas grabbed 7.7 boards in limited minutes. Put them together, and you're looking at a rebounding machine that's going to control the glass like we haven't seen since the days of Moses Malone. Against Oklahoma City specifically, this is going to be brutal. The Thunder's championship run was built on controlling pace and limiting second-chance opportunities. Good luck with that when you're facing two elite rebounders who can both finish anything that comes off the rim. Every missed shot becomes another possession for Denver. Every defensive rebound becomes a chance for Jokic to push the pace and find teammates in transition. OKC's guards are going to have to crash the boards just to stay competitive, which means less energy for their perimeter defense. It's going to be a gritty game-time event every night. The international implications, the NBA's global problem. Now, just for a moment, let's zoom out for a second and talk about what this means for the NBA's whole global strategy. The league has spent billions trying to expand internationally, but now they're getting their lunch eaten by the very markets they helped create. When players like Valančiūnas seriously consider bailing for Europe, it sends a message to every other international player. Why deal with American taxes, American media circus, and American lifestyle demands when you can make the same money playing closer to home? The NBA's response has been to throw more international games and marketing at the problem, but they're missing the point completely. Players don't want to play in London once a year. They want the option to build their entire careers in markets that actually value them. The salary cap crisis, Adam Silver's mess. The two-apron system was supposed to create competitive balance, but it's having the exact opposite effect. Teams are scared to spend on role players, which means those players are looking elsewhere for fair compensation. Valančiūnas' situation is just the beginning. As European leagues keep getting richer and American tax burdens keep getting worse, we're going to see more and more players doing this exact same math. The bottom line, the NBA's got problems. The NBA has a Nikola Jokic and Jonas Valančiūnas problem, but it's not the problem you think. It's not about one team getting too good or one player being too dominant. It's about a league that's losing control of the global basketball market it spent decades building. It's about financial structures that are pushing players toward international alternatives. It's about lifestyle considerations that the NBA has completely ignored while counting their money. If Valančiūnas stays and forms this Twin Towers combination with Jokic, Denver becomes the immediate top 3 championship favorite and every other team's worst nightmare in the playoffs. But if he leaves, it's the first domino in an exodus that could completely change how basketball works globally. What do you think? Is the NBA about to lose its stranglehold on global basketball? Can any team actually match up with a Jokic Valančiūnas frontcourt? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if this breakdown got you fired up, smash that like button.
I'm gonna just be honest with you, because I don't know if y'all noticed, ever since the bubble, he's been people up. He's about to average 30, 10, and 12, right? So he's not just letting this happen. It was Perk who said Embiid should win the MVP. Jokic was averaging a triple-double, and after people started pushing for Embiid, he kind of let off the gas. Yeah. And said, all right, man, all this. He's not letting off the gas now.